Hello friends and my dear students, welcome back to my channel Phoenix Physics. Today we are going to learn electric field. You know that electrostatic force between the two charges is determined by Coulomb's law. Here the two charges Q1 and Q2 are separated by a distance r. Then what is Coulomb's law? Electrostatic force between the two charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of two charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And this force is either attractive force or repulsive force. It depends on the charges. You know that like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. So, this electrostatic force can be either attractive force or repulsive force, simply called as action at a distance. This electrostatic force is similar to our gravitational force. You know the formula, F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. The only difference between electrostatic force and gravitational force is gravitational force is an attractive force between two masses. Here it can be either attractive or repulsive, but gravitational force is an attractive force between the two masses. Both this electric force and the gravitational force are called as non-contact force. These are all the general introduction about electrostatic force and gravitational force. Coming back to our topic, electric field. The concept of electric field is introduced by Michael Faraday. Electric field describes pushing or pulling force in a space between two charges. Why do we study electric field? You know that interaction between the two charges will give force. How do you get that force? Actually, every charge in the universe creates an electric field in the surrounding space like this. Suppose if you bring another charge Q2, this electric field interacts with Q2. Due to this interaction, this Q2 experience one force. That force is nothing but our electrostatic force. That is why we are studying about the electric field. So what is given in the book? Every charge in the universe creates electric field in the surrounding space like this. If another charge is brought into its field, that is another charge means Q2, it will interact with the electric field at that point. So this electric field interact with Q2. Due to this interaction, Q2 will experience a force. For your better understanding, consider a point charge Q is placed at a point O in space. Another charge Q0 is placed at a point P which is at a distance r from O. The force experienced by Q0 due to Q is, how do you write the formula? F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here instead of Q1 and Q2 we have Q and Q0 divided by r square r cap. What is this r cap? It is nothing but unit vector pointing from Q to Q0 like this. Q to Q0. This is my source charge Q and this is Q0 like this. You know that every charge in the universe creates an electric field in the surrounding space. Here I have charge Q. So this charge will create an electric field in the surrounding space. Electric field produced by Q acts on Q0 at a point P is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square r cap. Next I want to find out the force experienced by Q naught due to this electric field. How do you write this equation? Substitute equation 2 in 1. From this formula you can easily derive electric field formula. E is equal to F by Q naught. How do you write the unit? For F, SI unit is Newton. For Q, Q is nothing but charge. So SI unit is Coulomb. Or you can write Newton Coulomb power minus 1. So that's all about electric field. So what is the electric field? Every charge in the universe creates an electric field in the surrounding space. If another charge is brought into its field, it will interact with an electric field at a point and will experience a force. That is electric field definition. Next we will discuss important aspects of electric field. First one is, if Q is positive, electric field points away from the source charge. You know what is source charge, what is test charge. So Q is our source charge, Q naught is our test charge, and Q is at O, Q naught is at P. Both are separated by a distance r. Here if Q is positive, E points, E means electric field, points away from the source charge like this. Suppose this is my positive charge, means you know that every charge will create an electric field in the surrounding space. If Q is positive means electric field E direction is away from the point charge. Suppose if Q is negative means this is my negative charge. So the electric field like this. E points towards the source charge like this. This is E. Here look at the diagram. Here I have source charge Q at O and test charge at P. What is the meaning? If Q is positive, here the source charge is positive. E points away from the source charge. So this is my E direction. E points away from the source charge. Same diagram only. Here this source charge is negative, means this is Q naught. Both are separated by a distance r. The electric field points towards the source charge like this. So this is my E direction. If it is positive means away from source charge. If it is negative means towards the source charge. Second point, if an electric field at point P is E. So this is my Q charge and this is my Q naught charge. Here the electric field produced by Q acts on Q naught is E. Okay. The force experienced by Q naught is, you know the formula, F is equal to E Q naught. E is electric field, Q naught is our test charge. So how do you mark the direction? Like this. This is F is equal to E Q naught. Suppose if Q is negative means this is Q naught. At this point the electric field is E. How do you mark the direction? Like this. F is equal to E Q naught. If it is positive charge means force acts away from the source charge. If it is negative charge means the force acts towards the source charge. Same as our first point. In the first point we just mentioned about electric field alone. In the second point we explained force. You know the relation, force is equal to E Q naught. That's all. Then third point, E independent of Q naught. What is the meaning? What is this Q naught? Q naught is nothing but test charge and Q is nothing but source charge. So what is E? E is our electric field. This is my charge, Q charge, source charge, and this is my test charge. Here E depends only on source charge, not test charge. This is the meaning. So third point is E is independent of Q naught. like this. Depends only on Q means like this. Then fourth point, you know that E is a vector quantity, so it has both direction and magnitude. You know the formula, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Here this R is inversely proportional to electric field. So R increases means E decreases. So as distance increases, the magnitude of electric field decreases. Then how do you mark this electric field? Here the source charges at O, P, Q, R are three different points. The distance between O and P is very short compared to OQ. You know the relation, R increases means E decreases. So here distance R decreases, so E increases. So you should draw the line like this. Here this is medium, no? So you should draw E like this. Here distance increases means E decreases. So you should draw small arrow like this. This is for positive charge. Suppose we place negative charge at O. Then how do you mark E? Same ideology only, but the direction of E changes. Here E direction is like this. Here E direction is like this. Here E direction is like this. And fifth point, assume Q naught is small so that bringing of Q naught will not modify the electric field of Q. What is the meaning? Here I have two charges, one is source charge, another one is test charge. You know that every charge in the universe creates an electric field. So source charge creates an electric field like this. Similarly, Q naught is also a charge, so it will create one electric field. But electric field of Q naught will not modify or affect the electric field created by the source charge. This is the meaning of fifth point. Next one is, you know the relation E is equal to F by Q naught. This formula is valid only for point charge. Suppose we have continuous charge or finite size charge distribution, means we have to use integration. There are two types of electric field. One is uniform electric field, another one is non-uniform electric field. If it is uniform electric field means we have same direction and constant magnitude at all the points in space like this. Same direction, constant magnitude. If it is non-uniform electric field means different magnitude or different direction. Different direction means like this. So it has different direction or different magnitude or both at different points in space. This is radially outward direction. In general, we can say electric field created by the point charge is non-uniform electric field only. This is our conclusion. So totally we have two types of electric field, uniform and non-uniform, but in general the electric field created by the point charge is basically non-uniform electric field only. In this class we discussed what is electric field and we derived the electric field formula, that is E is equal to F by Q naught, and the unit of electric field is Newton Coulomb power -1. Then we discussed about important aspects of electric field. So in that topic we discussed totally 7 points. Final one is, there are two types of electric field. One is uniform electric field, another one is non-uniform electric field. In general, electric field created by the point charge is basically non-uniform electric field only. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my video. Thank you.